And we are back for the final predictions video of the 2021-22 season. Today I am going to be looking at both the Champions League final on Saturday night and then the Championship playoff final on Sunday, purely because I see it as the sort of first game of the Premier League season, as it determines who will be the final team in the Premier League next season. The way this video is going to work is I'm going to put in my results from the final game week of the Premier League season, so you can sort of see my final score. If you don't really care about that, feel free to move ahead to the actual predictions, but I feel like this was the right place to put it. We'll wrap up the season here and now. As I said in the last video, thank you so much for all the support you've given this series over the course of this year, and I will give you a little look ahead to the new series coming up next week. Drop a like if you do enjoy these prediction episodes, and we'll get straight in to that final game week of the Premier League season. So, this is what they were. It somehow feels like so long ago already, but these were the predictions I made for the last game week of the season. These were the results, and do you know what? It didn't end too badly in the end. 2 correct scores, which feels like it's the first time I've done that in a very long while. Thankfully, when I was wrong with Brighton, it did go the way I wanted. Brighton getting the win, meaning Manchester United ended up with Europa League football despite losing to Palace. Massive turn up for Leeds to stay up. Granted, Brentford were down to 9 men when Leeds got their winner, and sadly for Burnley, it was the end of the road for them. And not really a lot else to say about the title other than what a finish it was. City never seem to win these titles the easy way, but they got the job done in the end. All in all, a game week score of 11, which isn't too bad. I will always take 11 for a 10 game week, and makes my final season score 236. As always, let me know how you got on. Hopefully some more of you can get involved next season and with the new series that I will show at the end of this video. Right now, let's get in to the predictions for this weekend. So, I'm going to start with the Championship game because I just feel like it's a little less important. Granted, this game's for more money than the Champions League final, but I think a lot less people care about this one than the Champions League final. But I think it's going to be a good game. 2 teams that play 5 at the back, 3 at the back, depending how you want to look at it. I think this whole game will come down to Huddersfield's left and Nottingham Forest's right. Toffolo against Jed Spence. For me, they're the 2 best players in their respective teams. So whoever wins that duel will probably decide who wins this game. For me, Forest just have a little bit more quality though. Most of their good players are on loan, so it'll be interesting to see how they cope next season if they do get promoted, Forest. But I just think they have that little bit extra quality. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Nottingham Forest. It'll be interesting though, because Huddersfield's whole game plan is they like to sit in, look for counters. They've got good pace in Thomas on the right hand side, and then they also are very good at set pieces. Again, Thomas's delivery has been better than probably most Premier League players in terms of set pieces this season. So there's definite ways Huddersfield can hurt Nottingham Forest, but I just think Forest would have that little bit too much quality in the end, especially on that big Wembley pitch where they can use their wing backs a lot easier than they would normally. So I'm going to give this one to Nottingham Forest. To me, they are the team that get promoted to the Premier League next season, and it would be good to see them. Obviously a club with a lot of European history as well. It'd be great to see them back in the Premier League for next season. How well they'll do, I'll make my predictions for that at some point over the next month as we look ahead to the new season. But that will conclude all talk of the Premier League from a literal league perspective. Let's move on to the Champions League final. So, Liverpool versus Real Madrid. And I honestly think this is a really tough one to call. For me, it goes one of 2 ways. Either Liverpool win it comfortably, because as much as I hate to admit it, I think on paper Liverpool are a much better team than Real Madrid. Or it is a really tight game where it is tough to create chances. Now, Liverpool fans probably won't forgive me for saying this, but Liverpool have already been in 2 major finals this year. They've played 240 minutes and not scored. Now, that's got to be playing on the player's mind. Like, I don't care who you are. As many goals as Liverpool have scored this season, they've played 2 major finals this year. Both have gone to extra time, and they haven't scored in either of them. Granted, they've also not conceded, and then ended up winning on penalties. And on top of that, I think Real Madrid's defence isn't quite as good as Chelsea's in terms of how to deal with playing against Liverpool. So I do think Liverpool score in this game. When they score, I think will have a major impact over it. Obviously, as we know, Real Madrid have relied very heavily on sort of comeback wins, particularly at the Bernabeu. So the way I'm going to judge this is I'm going to go for, within 90 minutes, a 2-2 draw. I really don't think Liverpool will run away with this really quickly. They could. Don't get me wrong, they could. But it wouldn't surprise me one bit if Liverpool start running away with it and then Real Madrid do what they've done all season, which is just find a way to come back. So I'm going to go for 2-2 in 90 minutes. And because this isn't like my usual prediction videos where there are no points on the line for this one, I am then going to go for a 3-2 win for Real Madrid in extra time. And I have 2 reasons for doing this. The first reason being, I don't want Liverpool to win. And the second one being that, sort of from a football purist perspective, I just think there are so many more stories to be told from a Real Madrid perspective. I sort of look at Liverpool and it's like you got Mo Salah trying to get his revenge for being RKO'd by Sergio Ramos. And that's the only reason Liverpool lost that final. It absolutely had nothing to do with Karius whatsoever. And then you've got Luis Diaz confirming himself as the signing of the season by getting a winner for Liverpool. There would have, of course, been the other amazing story of Divock Origi coming on and being another hero in another major game for Liverpool, but Jurgen Klopp's already confirmed that he's injured. So, really, you've only got Salah and Diaz as what I would consider the only 2 stories from a Liverpool perspective. From the Real Madrid perspective, you've got so many. You've got Benzema going for the Ballon d'Or, Vinicius against Trent, Bale again off the bench, Hazard, could he revitalise his career? Could Real Madrid pull off another amazing comeback? And it's just, to me, there is so much more to be told from the Real Madrid perspective. And maybe that is some bias from my side. I want Real Madrid to win. I think Real Madrid can win. So, in extra time, I'm going for Real Madrid to win. It's as simple as that. And like I said, Liverpool could quite easily come up in this game and win 3 or 4-0, and that wouldn't surprise me one bit. They are, in theory, on paper, a better team than Real Madrid, and should beat Real Madrid. But PSG had already beaten Real Madrid. Man City had already beaten Real Madrid. Chelsea had already beaten Real Madrid. They just don't know when to die, this Real Madrid team. And I think Liverpool could be 3 or 4-0 up and Madrid would still find a way to pull it back somehow, because it's just the way this season has gone. Liverpool have lost their quadruple, so their moment of destiny has already been taken away from them, and I just feel Madrid's moment of destiny is still there for them. So that's what I'm going for. I'm being a football romantic about it. I'm taking a little bit of logic out of the equation, but like I said, this prediction isn't for points, it's just for fun. So Real Madrid take it for me. And that will conclude this prediction video. As always, drop a like if you enjoy my prediction series. Subscribe if you are new and looking forward to the upcoming stuff that we've got. Share this video with a friend. Ring the bell to get your predictions in before anyone else. And just a quick reminder that next week we will be starting our Nations League prediction series. A brand new series. Points on the line once again. Like I said, get as many people involved as you can. Get your predictions down in the comments for the opening round of Nation League predictions. That video will be coming out on Monday. The first game week will be starting on Wednesday, so I'm going to get that video out for you on either Monday or Tuesday. So there's plenty of time to get predictions in for the Nations League. And I will see you then. Thank you very much for watching.